And what's going on, you guys? We got Boruto Two Blue Vortex, chapter 30. Let's get right into it. I'm reading the Viz manga, the Viz translation of the manga. So, if you know where I could read it early, like the scanlations or whatever, definitely let me know, because then I'll get these reactions out a little bit earlier. But we got the real deal Holyfield, the Viz translation, and we about to get right into it. The most interesting plot line going on right now that I'm kind of interested in is Konohamaru, Mitsuki, and Koba. Koba really seems like he's catching on to all the sneakery that's going on with the Boruto crew. So let's see if he can blow the lid on this thing or not. All right. So we come back to the Inoshika Cho and Himawari group, and a bunch of the Mamushis are just in the ground. All right, nice work, Chocho. Easy peasy. She did, at the end of the last chapter, come through with the big hand and smack down on a bunch of these fools. Okay, so let's continue. They're still, move aside. And clearly it looks like they're getting back up or whatever. The smack wasn't enough to do too much to them. But Himawari, her hair is coming around like this and is basically doing what Naruto would do when he had the QB and the tails would come together for the tail beast bomb. It looks fire. I can't lie. Okay. Whoa, wait. Not inside the village, stupid. That's true. They're literally smack dab in the middle of the village and she about to throw a tail beast bomb. That's facts. And that's kind of an interesting dynamic to this fight is that it's taking place all over the village. So even though this is a very strong individual they're dealing with, and he obviously isn't trying to mess up the village either because of Jira, they can't go all the way out. I would say, like this as an example, because they could destroy the village along with it. So instead, Shikadai uses his shadow jutsu and basically creates a ball cage around all the Mamushi clones. Cho, throw them as high up as you can. And she's taking the ball, whoof, eats that thing in the air. What we got going? Eats that thing up in the air, and then Himawari takes the tail beast bomb. Yo, this panel right here where the actual tail beast bomb is flying is low-key one of the best action panels that I've seen from our guy that's drawing it right now, Ikimoto. The speed lines on this, it just gives it so much force. And that was one thing in the original Naruto that I always really liked about it. You could feel the force a lot of the times in some of the panels. And I feel like since the beginning of the first part of the Boruto, Ikimoto has slowly but steadily been getting way better as far as his art is gone. And poof, a big ass explosion in the top of the sky. Shikadai, he's covering his face. It looks like all of them just were exploded, but let's see. Phew, that was close. I'm so sorry. I just, Himawari says, sorry's not good enough. We're not always going to be around to support you, and there's no taking back something like that. Yeah, Shikadai is really his father's son for real. He notices something in the distance, and it's three more Mamushi just around the corner. Still more of them. Damn it. Just how many of them are there? Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. Now we get into some good stuff. Let's see what's going here. We got Kashin Koji and Inoichi. It's no use, Lord Eighth. No matter how many we take down, more pop up. They just keep multiplying. And Kashin Koji's like thinking to himself, I feel like he's already knowing what's going on right now. And we cut back to Koba. I said I'm going to interview the Hokage. It's his turn. Summon him here. Now. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit of a ridiculous ask since the village is literally under attack right now. But Konohamaru says, excuse me, Lord Kobu. We just received reports of enemy attacks within the village. Oh, okay, he didn't know yet. My bad. What? This is Sai saying this. By divine trees. Plus, Boruto has been spotted as well. And Mitsuki and Konohamaru are both like, do. And Kobu, he's like, interesting. That's how he's looking. But he just got the ... showing that he's thinking. We take pride in the high level of our security here, but cannot totally guarantee your safety. there is a strong possibility that danger could befall you. Okay. It would be wise to pause the inquiry and head to a secure area just in case. And Konohamaru's thinking ... He's probably like Saved by the Bell right now. How serious is the threat exactly, and what do they seek? We're still investigating, but when it comes to divine trees, the threat level is incalculable. And Mitsuki's thinking to himself ... I see. Very well. We'll proceed with the inquiry right here, right now. Yo, this guy don't give a fuck. He don't care. He said, we inquisitive today. To evacuate would be premature. Lord Kobu, Konohamaru says. He said, I don't give, you talking about? Yo, I feel bad for Konohamaru, man. He gets no respect. He gets no respect from nobody. End of discussion. Send the for the Hokage now. Yo, Kobu's not playing with these fools, yo. I think this is an idiotic decision, in my opinion, though, because Loki, you need all hands on deck when it comes to these guys. But it's not like he couldn't just ask them the questions after, in my opinion, but whatever. We cut back to all these Mamushi going throughout the city, and the village people are just like, oh, what's going on? And then we see Noichi. He's thinking to himself, there's already over 100 of them. I can't keep count. And now we're seeing Delta. Delta's flying over the city. Best girl Delta. Best girl in Boruto for sure. Delta, you see anything? And then we got Sarada here. Excuse me, let me adjust myself. Yeah, tons of them. And yeah, literally tons of them. There's plenty of them just running like a bunch of critters. This is Sarada. I'm in Sector B North. Mamushi spotted. Going in. Hold up, Sarada. Other extermination squads too. Everyone listen up. Yeah, get your last words in real quick, Shikamaru, because you about to be in front of a table with Kobu, and he about to be asking some serious questions in a second. So you better say what you got to say right now, because you're not going to have a chance to. You're going to be thinking in your head while trying to keep a straight face. And Boruto turns his head, and he's got a face that looks like he's listening. I was hoping to eradicate the Mamushi while they were few in number, but I guess I was being overly optimistic. They've now multiplied into vast numbers and scattered over a wide area. It's safe to say that the battle has progressed to the next phase. And Noichi says, then what? Don't panic. This is still within expectation. We're switching tactics. Okay, switch it up then, Shikamaru. This is the stuff that we need to see from Shikamaru as the Hokage, you know what I'm saying? Because he was doing this when he was a Chunin, when he was a Genin. We needed to see Hokage Shikamaru really using his intellect to the maximum capability. And I think even though he's going to be in this interview situation with Kobu, he's going to somehow masterclass both situations and still get everything going as the leader in the forefront here. We're switching tactics. Luckily, there have been no reports of civilian injuries yet. All actual damage is limited to minor property damage. As per prior intel, their interest in those other than their intended targets seems low, and this likely will remain the case until we provoke them. Thus, Sentry Unit here. Lord 8th, a message from Lord Kobu. Make your way to the interrogation room, ASAP. Damn it. Now of all times. Yeah, so he didn't even know that was about to happen, but I did. That's why I said it. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something. Can't we do this later? Lord Hokage. Rather, Nara, Shikamaru. Lord Kobu. And Kashin Koji thinking to himself, ... Need I remind you that I am here as the proxy of the Land of the Fire's daimyo, and thus my orders will represent the will of the daimyo himself. Now don't keep me waiting any longer. Show yourself at once. With all due respect, Lord Kobu, we're in the middle of an emergency. The village is under attack from the enemy. Do you still not understand? I'm saying that this takes priority. Or do you intend to defy the daimyo's orders? I would think that that would be a far greater blow to the village than it freaking getting destroyed again. Come on, bro. Let's be real. And I mess with Kobu because he's not with the BS. You know what I'm saying? I like Kobu as a character, but I feel like this is a lapse in judgment on his part. Lord 8th. Oh, we're back at Inoichi. Lord Eighth, is something the matter? It's that Chamberlain of the Daimyo. He's trying to interrogate Shikamaru. Yeah, well, Kashi, exactly. Kashi and Koji already be known. Like, he knew that all this was going to happen, I'm pretty sure. Lord Eighth, I've cleared Sector D, Southwest. I'll rendezvous with Team 10 in the East, Boruto says. Hello? Yeah, sorry, I'm listening. Rendezvous then. Stand by for further instruction. Exactly. So he's about to be in this interview situation, and he's still going to be manning the battlefield, calculating all the stuff that's going on in the various different points, all the hundreds of Mamushi rushing through the village. And he's still going to be the one to come up with that plan that everyone else executes, in my opinion. But let's continue. For further instruction, yada, yada, yada. And Boruto's thinking to himself, what the hell is going on? Are you all right? And just like that, because he's not paying attention, now he getting, yo, they hit him with the thing that swings around you and got you locked up. I forgot the name of it. And they caught this fool. Just not paying attention. Yo, come on now. Nice, we got him. A couple of just random freaking Leaf Ninja. Konoha police here. We've captured the traitor. Boruto in Sector D Southwest. All right, so maybe this needed to happen for there to be a higher level of tension, because I mean Boruto was kind of wrecking them things, to be honest. Let's continue. Disarming him, and he grabs the sword, but not everybody can grab the sword, right? Huh? What the? I feel weak, and then he drops the sword. Yeah, not everybody can touch my sword, my guy. And then Boruto does this with his fingers, and it sends the sword up, basically cuts him free. You've got some skills, some free advice. If you see a divine tree, run away. It'd be a waste to lose you. Yo. Boruto is maximum level aura farming on this random, and that's kind of crazy, I can't lie. And then he just dashes off into the sky. Damn it, the bastard. But he left an impression on this dude, because all he could do really is just sit there and like look and think to himself now. And we get a wide view of some spot in the village heading towards where the Hokage's main place is. And it's nothing but these Mamushi all throughout the freaking street right now. Sarada, what's the situation? They're roaming about, they're looking for Ada. But as you said, no sign of engaging in random acts of destruction. Good. Keep up your surveillance. Report in right away if there's any change. Inojin, I'm heading to the interrogation room. I need to deal with Lord Kobu. What? This means I won't be able to verify the mind transformation map for the next while. But then, what about the OP? Yeah, I know. You could continuously relay all their locations to me verbally, or take over the command yourself. Ooh. Inojin about to put his big boy pants on? I don't know though. I feel like it's gonna be both. That's ridiculous. As we speak, a number of Mamushi are drawing near the Hokage offices too. Maybe Lord Kobu will reconsider once he understands the situation, though I don't see him backing off that easily. Shikamaru, and is the frog talking to him? Hide this toad familiar somewhere on your person. Okay, so Kash and Koji, all right, what you got cooking, Kash and Koji? Well, you have some plan? Well, something like that. Inojin, release the mind transformation for now. Huh? But then no one will be able to communicate with each other. It can't be helped. We need to get past this first by using a different jutsu. Okay. What is a different jutsu? A different jutsu, yeah, literally me. Opens the door and yo, I can't lie though. I said at the beginning of this that I was looking forward to what was gonna happen with Kobu in this chapter, and he came in and he's letting his nuts hang right now. Finally, you've kept me waiting, Shikamaru. As I told you already, we're in a state of emergency. Can we do this quickly? I'd like to get back to work. That's all up to you, and depending on what transpires next, work will be the least of your concerns, Lord Hokage. Yo, this guy, he's doing his job right now, yo. He's on point for him. And Shikamaru was looking nervous. To be honest, I've had my suspicions from the get-go that you are harboring and aiding Boruto. That's ludicrous. On what basis? Quit the pretense. My intuition tends to be spot on. You think he's using some kind of jutsu to I don't know. Let's keep going. My intuition tends to be spot on, and evidence should come to light soon enough. How about this, Shikamaru? Acknowledge your crimes, and I could go lighter on the punishment against you. And Shikamaru's just looking at him. They're trying to see who's going to blink first. So shall we get this over with? Like you wish? Yo, this guy, he's adding to the tension. I can't lie. He's adding to the tension for real. And the toad is like peeking out of Shikamaru's lapel. Do it. Okay, what they about to do? And Inojin, he's got it. My bad. Inojin's got the hands up for the mind transfer jutsu. He does the mind transfer jutsu, and it sends him through the frog, through the toad, excuse me, into Kobu. That's 40 chess right there. I can't lie. That's pretty fire. That's pretty fire. And the panels that look amazing for this. The speed lines. I'm a sucker for speed lines when they're used properly. And this fool just dropped out. Lord Kobu, Sai says to him. And they come back to Inojin, and his regular body, he's just like looking slumped, basically. Kashin Koji's looking on. Lord Kobu, what is the matter? And Lord Kobu gets back up. Oh, goofy ass. Lord Kobu. Shikamaru's looking like, get yourself together. Lord Kobu, are you all right? What? Dad, he says. Dad, he says. Oh my God, Inojin. The fuck? And Sai looks at him like ... Because obviously you don't know your own son and the mannerisms and the way he says your name. Oh crap. I mean, darn, my darned hair is so dry. And Sai looks at him like, little nigga, I know that's you. It's a mind transfer jutsu. Inojin's gone and taken over Kobu's mind, Shikamaru thinks to himself. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious. I feel like that should be obvious to Sai. If it's not, that's low-key out of character. Anyway. Shikamaru looks down and there's something going across the floor. It's the frog, it's the toad, excuse me. And it's going up Kobu's clothes, I guess. Get outside. This interrogation has exhausted me. Let's take a break. I need some fresh air. And Sai's thinking, huh? You was like, because he was literally on 10 a second ago. Oh, I don't need an escort. Too stifling. Defeats the purpose of the break. But Lord Kobu, wait, you wait here. That's an order. I'll be right back. And he walks out. What the heck? This is crazy. So what's next? What's crazy to me is what the hell was he expecting when he shot my transfer jutsu into the toad? Like, come on, go up to the roof. Okay, he's up on the roof now. I don't know what you're planning, but isn't this risky? There are Mamushi approaching. What if something happens to this guy? And Kashin Koji don't say shit. Huh? Oh, no. You're kidding, right? We're killing Kobu. Oh! Yo! What? Sai's thinking ... What the? Shikamaru. No, my bad. Sorry, Sai, but I'm leaving. I have work to do. And Sai's looking at him. Sai's nervous. He's sweating. He don't know what to think right now. He knows what to think, but he doesn't want to think what he knows what he needs to think right now. Wait, Shikamaru, explain it to me. What are you making Inojin do? Ooh, this is a great chapter, yo. There's not so much act. All right, let me just finish it. I'm almost at the end, and then I'll talk about it. What are you making Inojin do? I'm still in shock. But once I saw his eyes, I knew what Inojin's mind transfer jutsu. That's Inojin's mind transfer jutsu. Just tell me, Shikamaru, what the heck's going on? And Sai, honestly, he just wants to know. He just wants to be in the loop at this point. He's like, my son is involved. Like, I need to know what's going on. He's not even on no, let me know right now what's going on. Like, he's not trying to, he's genuinely trying to understand because he can't believe that his son, who was so anti, everything Boruto, would even be involved in something like that unless there was a deeper meaning to it, level to it, that he's not currently understanding. This is very similar to what happened with Sasuke at the very end of part 1 of Boruto, where Sarada unlocking the Mangekyo Sharingan, or her Sharingan, basically made him understand, oh no, shit is for real right now, because Uchiha don't do that unless something real serious to their mental well-being is going on. All right, I got like two or three panels left. Let me just finish. You could jump off, make it look like he was attacked by Mamushi and panicked, or any other method. Hold on, you're kidding, right? Look, I'm not going to debate ethics with you here. Think rationally. Kobu is our enemy and a hindrance. Yo, Ruthless Jiraiya. Ruthless Jiraiya is a fire character. There's no group transmission right now. Only you and I are in this conversation. There will be no evidence. This is crazy. Have you lost your mind? Hey. Oh, shit. And he turns to look, and it's Mamushi. He's there. You there. Do you know a woman named Ada? And what? The frog goes clop. Zap. Something just flew through. Is it the mind transfer jutsu? And Mamushi's eyes just got big as hell. What the heck, man? Do you want to die? And he just split into 6 versions of himself. There. How's that? Is that where we're in it? Okay. Interesting. Wow. This chapter was awesome. This is one of the best chapters of Two Blue Vortex that has come out for sure. And it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire way through. Like, everything that's going on with Kobu, Kash and Koji assessing the situation silently in the background and just making the moves that he needs to make to get the situation that he needs in order to get the outcome that he needs that's going to be the most beneficial to the grander accomplishment of them beating the divine trees. Crazy stuff. Very good character writing for Kobu's character. Inojin, I feel bad for Inojin. He just keeps getting thrown into these situations and whatnot. I feel bad for Sai a little bit because he's just so out of the loop and he's so good at his job that he knows exactly what's going on. So it's like he's between a rock and a hard place because an important part of his character in OG Naruto is the fact that he's been born to know that duty is like the most important thing, or yeah. And so he had to learn that people over duty is an important thing. And so now that is really going to be put to the test when he has to decide whether or not he's going to fulfill his duty and, you know, arrest all these people, basically, including his son for treason, or if he's going to join in because he knows he loves his son, he believes in him, and do pretty much exactly what I was saying before and something similar to what Sasuke did in regards to Sarada. Even though his mind is telling him no, his heart is telling him yes, right? Let me know what your thoughts are on this chapter. Boruto getting kidnapped for a second there was kind of funny. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the character that he was kind of bigging up in that panel. And besides that, yeah, Himawari's Till Beast Bomb was fire. Yeah, good chapter. Like, subscribe for more videos like this, and have a good day. Yeah.